All right, in this video, I want to talk to y'all about success and honestly why most of y'all don't see it. In a day, there's how many hours? 24 hours in a day, right? I want to take a little time and kind of break some stuff down that it took me a while to understand. And now that I understand, I get a lot of questions, inbox and all that kind of stuff on it. So I want to kind of break this down to put it in perspective for you. So most people work a job, generally 9 to 5 or something like that, right? You can see the hours here. I'm going to kind of talk about it, but I'm expanding here where you can see it a lot larger, okay? Now, if you go into work from 9 to 5, that's generally 8 hours, and you get a 1 hour lunch, so that's like a 9-hour span of your day, right? When you get off work, if you have kids, you generally do what? You go pick up your kids, you go get something to eat, you head home. Now look at this, from 9 to 8 is about 11-hour span, and you get home, you do chores, so you spend about 12 hours of your day, right, doing certain tasks. You shower, you head for bed, and then you sleep the rest of it, right? And in the morning when you wake up the next day, you repeat that cycle. You get ready for work between 7 and 8, you're driving through traffic, and then you head back to your job, okay? The thing is, whatever that income generally is here, you're gonna be capped. So if you see a lot of seniors, they have what's called fixed income. It means they generally don't make any more than what they make. So what happens here is, if you're only making money between here and you don't have either side hustle or you don't have something else, another way to expand your income, that means you're limited, right? You're boxed in on what your income potential is. What I just explained in this, you're not doing enough of these activities. I call them IDAs, which are income generated or driven activities. Once you start doing more income driven activities, so like, let's just look at the list here. When a person is getting home doing chores like washing dishes and mopping the floor, I always tell most people that aren't financially where they are, you can't afford to wash your dishes, cut the grass, mop the floors. You can't afford it. Why? Because during this time, just say this hour or two, you could really be doing another activity, just say make $300, right, during that time. Whatever that side hustle is, an extra activity, or a skill set that you're acquiring, so when you're at work, you can get a raise, you can work and make more money. But if you're washing dishes, mopping the floor, cutting the grass, that time is wasted in the sense of you could have paid somebody else $50 to cut the grass. You could have paid somebody else $100 to wash the dishes, mop the floors, like a cleaning service or something, right? Now, at that point, you spent $150, but you did another activity that was $300 cash flowing. So now you actually profited $150 during this time. That's in addition to what you would have made at your job. Does that make sense? So you have to start identifying where you're spending your time, okay? So maybe you get a nanny to kind of help with some of these things. You say, well, I don't have the money. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck, right? Well, you have to start giving up Netflix sometime. You have to be disciplined. So you have to give up some of that stuff for a short term for a greater later, okay? Maybe you have to stop sleeping as long. I know a lot of times we get 8 hours of sleep. Maybe you need to get 6 hours of sleep. Give up that extra 2 hours for a short period of time so you can get that. Now, if you notice in this scenario here, your day is packed. It's filled with everything that's a realistic example, right? What I call it is the rat race. You just busy, 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 busy. But if you notice, you haven't had any type of balance in your life. Yeah, you're working, you're paying bills, you're working, you're paying bills, but guess what? You're exhausted. You don't really have any fulfillment. You're taking care of responsibilities, but no fulfillment. You haven't prayed in this time. You haven't worked out. You haven't spent any quality time with your spouse. You haven't nurtured any friendships. You haven't spent quality time with your kids. And notice I'm saying not spending time with your spouse or spending time with your kid, but quality time. You haven't spent quality time with extended family like your mom, dad, your brother, sister, right? You haven't done any type of self-care, plan for your future, or done any of those things. So now when you wake up 5 years from now and it looks exactly like it does today, that's because you haven't spent any time doing these things and every day looks exactly the same. So we want to make sure that you're getting more discipline so that you can experience more success that you're wanting to see in your life. And again, typically it's because we're not doing enough income generated activities during our day. Sales is a lot of time going to help with allowing you to increase your income or developing a skill set that allows you to get a higher wage when you're working your 9 to 5. This is not one of the videos of, hey, everybody go be your own boss and all that kind of stuff, but it is a video that is making sure that I'm challenging you to become the best version of yourself, because here at our company and just all around me, as I'm a coach consultant, I'm always pushing a person to become the best version of themselves personally and professionally. So in your personal time, weekends, stuff like that, you're going to have to be a little bit more disciplined to start implementing some of these things so you can get more fulfillment in your life, okay? So success is whatever you think it is. It may not be money. It may be more time with the kids. So what can you do to generate a schedule that allows you to have more time with your kids, okay? So the purpose of this video is take the principles that I share with you, dissect them, see where they're applying in life. If you're married, show this video to your spouse so that y'all can get on the same page. And then at that point, you have a unified vision. Thanks for watching the video. And hopefully from this day forward, you'll experience more success in your life. Peace.